See you in Ohio.
Thanks, Paul.
I don't want just another politician coming to our town for his propaganda and for his upcoming re-election.
President Biden has not visited since the train derailed, and residents like Travis Newman remember.
He didn't show up when the whole catastrophe happened. I'm sure it doesn't sit right with anybody.
I think if we were a blue state, Biden would have been here initially.
You can bet your butt. If that had happened in New York City or downtown Chicago or even Youngstown, they'd have been all over that. But, I mean, down here, blue-collar America, you know, it seems that that's always the way it is. We're forgotten.
You know, I want to say that if he's not coming here to take action, then why come? You know, it's been a year of tucking our kids into beds where we don't know if our homes are safe because they haven't been tested. They won't test our soil. The EPA is telling us, you know, nothing's wrong. We're all sick. Our bodies are telling us different. As a parent, as a wife, a daughter, you know, this is unacceptable in the United States of America. And it's just hard to believe that anybody could ignore what's going on in our community.
I also own a trucking company, and I've had several people call me and ask me if I could block the entrance of the town so that he can't come, because it's been over a year and now he wants to come when it's election time.
Behind us, a group of protesters have gathered not only from East Palestine but from around the region. They're protesting the federal government's response and the president's visit. They say more than a year later, it's little too late.
You know, about 4 weeks ago, the East Palestine mayor released a statement about this possibly happening. The president is always welcome to our town, he said. That being said, I don't know what he would do here now. We're going on a year and nothing from the White House. The best time for him to come would be February of 2025 when he's on his book tour. Kelly Saberi of Fox Business caught up with him after the news today. Take a listen.
I wrote a letter to him about a month ago saying that, you know, I think he needed to come. And I was gracious in the letter. I think he needs to see what's going on here.
Do you still stand by that comment about the book tour?
I 100% stand by the comment about the book tour. I think that's the best time for him personally is, you know, Joe Biden. That's the best time for Joe Biden to come. I think the best time for him to come would have been whenever this happened.
So the mayor making his feelings clear.
The White House has said all along, and even this week, that President Biden would visit here when the time was right. But aides to the president could not explain why 4 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, just before jetting off to Delaware for the weekend, was the right time. It was back on February 3rd of last year that roughly 1/3 of a 149-car train operated by Norfolk Southern caught fire and derailed as the train approached this small town of fewer than 5,000 people. The accident sent flames high into the sky and contaminated local air, soil, and creeks with over 1 million gallons of hazardous chemicals. This in turn prompted the evacuation of half the population and a massive response from state and federal agencies. President Biden vowed to visit the area as he did for disasters in other communities such as Lahaina, Hawaii, but only the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, showed up almost 3 weeks after the disaster. The White House said this week that Mr. Biden is coming here at the invitation of the mayor and looks forward to hearing about the progress made over the last year plus.
The president has always said when the time is right and when it made sense for him to go, he would go. And so that's what he's doing. He's going to be on the ground. He's going to get a briefing on what's happening. He's going to hear directly from the people of Palestine. And obviously this administration is continuing to make sure that Norfolk Southern is held accountable. And we want to make sure that we support the community as it moves forward.
The Biden administration says it immediately mobilized the Environmental Protection Agency and other key agencies and departments to help the residents here rebound from the disaster. Jean-Pierre was also asked this week if, while he's here, President Biden will drink the water in East Palestine, Ohio, and she said he will.